live. How are you guys doing? Waiting for some people to come in. Sorry. But I'm gonna cover a couple topics today, a range of topics. I haven't really been like overly inspired because there just hasn't been a lot of good news. I feel like I've covered everything. I'm gonna just, give you guys some warm up. Hold on, let me. Shit. There's a window down here, and I don't want like outside noise while I'm trying to record, but the media lately just hasn't been very inspiring. Really hasn't. I feel like I've covered, hi, welcome in. I feel like I've covered the important stuff, like, or the main topics, because the Diddy situation is tiring. Like, I've already told you guys, I've already covered it, and I've already told you guys it's a distraction. So it's tiring. Like, it's the media is riding that. But I really don't cover news topics. I'm thinking about like starting to cover it. And I'm just thinking of like some long form ideas to give you guys. I definitely need to, I feel like, make long form. YouTube doesn't really promote long form. I don't want to say, I mean, I think it's just easier to reach people with shorts. And so that's why I've been like going hard with making shorts. But I could cover, I do have some long form ideas. So I'm gonna write those down. It's hot. It's October and still hot. And I'm like so over it. So I will cover Halle and DDG in long form. Hi, welcome in, you guys. I'm just waiting for like more people to join. I know I have some people who may have been waiting. So I will get on that. I'll work on that tomorrow. But, hey, what's up? Welcome in. I am doing this live to cover some events. So now that I have somebody here, I have people coming in, let me kind of get to it. So I want to cover the economy, the election. I'm going to cover Cardi B and how I believe she was wearing a moon bump the whole time. Because I'm not the only person who has noticed, like, she just had a baby, but she barely with the child, and her body has just miraculously snapped back immediately. And it's like, people who just have children, body don't snap back like that. It don't matter who you are, you're gonna have some swelling, some bloating. Like your tummy, your abdomen area is gonna need time to heal from being stretched out for 9 months and then pushing a whole human being out. So something with that is real fishy. That's what I'm excited to talk about today. I'm gonna start off with politics and news, and then I'm gonna she claiming that she hasn't. She claiming that, oh, I'm not rushing to get surgery. Cardi B has had plenty of surgeries, but she's claiming that this time, oh, like, she hasn't got any. But here's the thing, like, even if she did go get surgery, she would still need time to recover. The way she's just like popped back up. Okay, let's say she did. So you just push a whole human out your coochie, and then you let the doctor stretch and staple you, or pull and nip and tuck you and staple you right back down. Like, you popped up. You know what I'm saying? You real outside for somebody that just had a kid. She in Paris. And I'm gonna touch on that. She in Paris and she everywhere, throwing ass back in the club, like, you everywhere but with your kid. And you got mad energy, and you know what I'm saying, you don't need no time to rewrite. That's what I'm saying. You don't need no time to recover from even your surgery. Like, no downtime. Like, Cardi B be doing the most. She do too much. So that's been some weird ass shit. And then let me see what else. I had somebody else. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about Halle and DDG. I'm gonna get deep with that because you know this dude named Solo Illuminati. Y'all may have heard of him. He big. He's pretty big on social media. So Illuminati, come to find out, covered Halle and DDG breaking up months ago. He like predicted it. Hi, welcome in, you guys. He predicted the Halle and DDG breakup, and there's more to that story. I'm gonna connect Halle and DDG to Rosemary's Baby because that's why I always encourage y'all to watch certain films, because ever since I watched Rosemary's Baby, the Castavets, that's the couple, the older couple. Sorry, this is the older couple who convinced Rosemary's husband to give them a baby for fame and success and all of that. Them people, bro, I keep seeing them. I keep seeing them in Hollywood. Once you wake up to some of this stuff, you keep seeing it. So let me go ahead and get into it. I got some more people up in here. Again, if you're here, thank you for being here. Join my Discord, comment. I'm here to interact. I respond to comments. Okay, so let me start off with economy and election. As you guys, I'm sure, are aware, the Biden administration is continuing to lie about the economy, continuing to make it seem like, oh, it's not that bad, continuing to inflate numbers or, you know, just doctor numbers to fit a narrative. They need you to believe a particular narrative so you still have some kind of faith and belief in the system. They need to psyop you and manipulate you so you have enough faith to still, again, go out and vote, period. So you go and vote, especially they want you to vote for Kamala. And that's because, like this one guy was saying in like this TikTok video where he was saying, they need you to make a covenant. They need you to agree with what Kamala is proposing. A lot of the policies that Kamala is, hi, welcome you guys. A lot of the policies that Kamala wants to put in place work against your betterment. They work against you. They're not good for you. Her economic policy is not good, but good for you. You have a brain. They're rare these days, but they need you to agree with the bullshit that Kamala is spewing. We know that like a lot of her policy makes no sense. The host over on African Diaspora, he's a big channel on here. He was talking about that. He broke down her policies one by one, and it was a great video where he was saying again, like, some of the policies that she's proposing, the executive branch of government doesn't even have authority to do some of that stuff. And if they did get authority to do it or have authority to do it, then that would, again, kind of be like an overextension of power. You know what I mean? So a lot of the stuff that she's proposing to do, again, isn't for your better good. We know the Democratic Party runs off of Black people's energy and emotions. We know that her having Megan Thee Stallion come and twerk and shake that ass and Lil Jon, her having all these hip hop artists come to the DNC and all of this, it's to manipulate you. It's to manipulate you, it's to hypnotize you, it's to do spells on you. I want you guys to really understand how much black magic is done behind the scenes. And people think this shit is a joke, and they think that it's funny, and they think that it's like all a game, and they think black magic and spell work and rituals, they think it's all like, you know, bullshit, but it's not. Because that, I put two and two together. Why do you think it was so important, and even for the Republican Party, to have musicians come out and and do music, because the music has spells in it. The vibration of the music, especially for these rap artists and the low vibrational stuff, it has spells in the music to, again, mess with your brain, to mess with your chakra system, get inside your subconscious. That's what's really going on. It's what's really going on. There is spells in this music. We've known this. For people who have been woke for a minute, we're aware of the backmasking that goes on in the music industry and how records are prayed over. And again, a lot of music is sigils. There's all type of subliminal messaging in music. So that's why at these conventions, you have music artists come out. For the Democratic Party, it's very essential for them to have a lot of rap artists come out. And even for Trump, but it's essential for them to have a lot of black artists, because black people are emotionally invested. And this is black and white chessboard. We've talked about this multiple times. The world runs off of black and white chess. That's why in every Freemason lodge, you're gonna see a black and white checkered floor. It's the chess game. So the white side is gonna use the black people's energy so they can have, power to build or to use as the foundation of their power, black people's energy. And that's where we're gonna tie in Dr. Umar making the same observation that I made about Diddy. The Diddy situation being a distraction. So black people are so focused on Diddy and his crimes and his discretions, and he is guilty and he is wrong. And he deserves to get his karma. But Diddy is doing what the whole industry does. The whole industry runs off of children and sex parties. The whole industry does it. That's how they get their power. We've talked about this on here, where again, these people don't view sex as it's not how most people view it, where it's for fun and for pleasure. For them, it's for spiritual exchange. It's a spiritual practice. And the truth is, to the average person, sex should be a spiritual practice, because it is. But occultists really know that. And so they use sex as such, and thus they have all these sex parties. And again, drugs as well, spiritual practice, pharmakeia, pharmaceuticals, alchemy, magic, it all works together. And this stuff that we overlook in our day-to-day lives is used for rituals by people in charge. So with the Diddy situation, with Diddy, like Dr. Umar was saying, like I told you guys, they needed to sacrifice Diddy so that way people can stop focusing on the election so hard, and their attention could be about baby oil and Diddy's crimes, and their attention can be on Hollywood and all of that, when that's not what's really important right now. I don't think they're ever gonna completely, what's up, Per Franklin? I don't think they're ever gonna really reveal all of it. If they were gonna reveal anything, they would have done it by now. So seriously, but he is just being used as a distraction, like Dr. Umar said, so they can get Kamala Harris across the finish line. I definitely believe that Kamala is gonna win, because she's prophesied to win. They have a plan for her to win. I think a lot of people, I think we're gonna see, the same shit where people were really, really voting for Biden, because a lot of people just want anybody but Trump, because they've successfully manipulated people into believing that Trump is just the worst guy ever. He's just a bad guy. He's a racist. He's a bad guy. He's just so awful. Whereas with Biden and Kamala, Biden is actually super fucking racist. But they have changed people's perceptions. They're marketing them in a particular way to carry out the agenda that they have in place. So again, with the election and the economy, a mess. It's a dog and pony show. It's meant to get you involved. I'm not interested because the shit is tired and through. So yes, Perk, I don't, with the Diddy situation, nothing is gonna come of it. And that's why yeah. Because again, Kamala's just playing, she's playing black and white chess. And again, they're gonna keep lying about jobs being created, and they're gonna keep lying about things that we know are not true because we are actually living in this world. But when people keep lying to you, there are people who are very susceptible to manipulation. And so they are going to start to question their reality. They're going to be like, well, it's just not that bad. Well, you know, well, yeah, well, here it's a certain way, but overall, it's really not that bad. Again, starting to deny their reality because they're under manipulation. A lot of people are not that smart. A lot of people are not solid in their convictions and their beliefs. So they're easy to manipulate. You can easily gaslight them. Once you tell them, you know, no, that's not what it is, they believe it. You show them some fake numbers and they're like down with it. So we know that the economy is trash. I've consistently said that once the election happens, that's when Kamala will actually admit how bad the economy is, and then she'll blame it all on Trump. And she'll say, we're still cleaning up his mess, even though the Biden administration has been giving a bunch of money to Ukraine. And I think I've told you guys before, like, it's the fall of the West with the port strikes. So let's talk about the port strikes. I'm just going to lead me into that. With the port strike situation happening, I wasn't worried about the port strikes, period. I did not buy shit. I did not run to the store one time. I didn't buy not one roll of toilet paper. I didn't buy not one bottle of water because I was not worried about the port strikes because they have a bunch of undocumented people here. If Americans get jiggy, the corporations are just going to hire the migrants. They're going to hire them, work them twice as hard, and pay them half. So I never was concerned about the port strike. They do deserve more money, but unfortunately, them speaking out is only going to make automation come faster, because the corporations are going to be like, you know, oh, so this is what it is. Every couple of years, y'all want a raise and y'all want rights and y'all don't want to do automation. They're going to work on automation even faster. And again, like somebody said, the port workers in America is already behind in automation. And on the West Coast and in other countries, their ports and stuff are already pretty much all done by AI and robots. So these guys on the East Coast, I'm glad they got their raise. It's a drop in the buckets to the billionaires, but they're going to get replaced even faster. That's how this works. That's how this works. So, you know, I hate to see where that's going. But guys, jobs are, that's the thing. Let's talk about that. When the Biden administration is like, oh, we've created so many jobs. No, you haven't. Automation is taking over. You can't create jobs that are being replaced by automation and AI. It's insane how many people are using AI. Like, I don't use it, period. But I went to breakfast with somebody today, and like she was showing me like how she was using like AI for like her business. She wants to like launch this business, and she's like using AI to make content. And I was like, oh, you know, this is cool. Like, you know, but I'm like, damn, you know, people are really using this shit. People are really using ChatGPT, and jobs are going away. That's a whole thing in itself. When it comes to jobs, that's why there's an emphasis and a push to get people's mind on identity politics and off of education, because you won't need education in the future. They want people dumb. They want people not able to spell, not able to do math. They want people as dumbed down as possible because they have a plan for AI to do everything. AI will eventually think for you. If you don't know the answer, ask AI. And the more people are dependent on AI, is the more powerful AI is. So that's why nowadays Gen Z and like Gen Alpha, like that's why they can't read, can't spell, can't do basic arithmetic. And they're all so focused on, well, who am I? And am I a girl? And am I a boy? And am I a figment of my imagination? That's why they're focused. That's why they're diverting their attention on dumb shit. Because they have an agenda to, yes, focus on this. So let us dumb you down and have you spinning and confused, worrying about things that don't fucking matter and things that are concrete. You shouldn't be worried about if you have a penis, you have a penis. You know what I mean? What's there to fucking question? But they need people to be pondering on dumb shit while they build robots. And so when these robots are where they want them to be with a kid, it's like, how do you spell unfortunately? They can just ask AI. They never have to actually think for themselves and like use any brain power. AI, there's a push to make AI God, to make machines and robots and fallen angels gods. That's the first step. Because I think I've told you guys before, there's this agenda for Project Bluebeam for fallen angels to come in physical form and to claim to be our creator. And people will worship them, you know, and that's the whole goal, is for the whole world to be on board with worshiping AI and the demons that have created all this shit. So just a hot ass mess. So no, I wasn't worried about the port strikes. Were y'all worried about the port strikes? I wasn't worried. I was like, again, if it gets jiggy enough, they'll just bring some migrants in, and those people are destitute. They're in a new country with, you know, and they're looking to work. Like, they'll work. So I wasn't concerned about that at all. I'm not concerned about the election. It's already decided. Everything that's happening, you know, is just nothing but, again, an energy harvest. Some people say that there will be a delay in the election. I could possibly see that. Some people said that the delay in the election will be because of the hurricane, like that'll slow down people's votes and the mail-in ballots. You know, right. Ray J on the news. He is such a puppet. Ray J is such a puppet, and the truth behind him is so damn dark. It makes no sense. But all this stuff with like this election again is just bullshit. So I haven't really been inspired to talk about much. I feel like I blew the lid off of a lot of shit when I again covered the truth about Kim Kardashian and her involvement in a lot of this. And again, I've covered some pop culture topics, but a lot of this shit is just dry. You know, I'm not gonna even lie to you guys. A lot of this shit is dry. Like, when you know the truth about a lot of this stuff, it becomes whack and dry. And it doesn't move you anymore. Especially, again, I've already covered a lot of it. So it's just been whack. Now, on to some non-whack shit, or some shit that is like a little bit more entertaining, because again, to wrap up the election thing, dog and pony show, I feel like I already know who's gonna win. I'll be very surprised if Trump wins. They have a plan. Either way, the West is falling either way. Nothing can save it. Nothing. The port strikes are a sign. Thank you, Big Megs. Like, here to just give you guys some real shit. When it comes to the port strikes, that's just another marker that the West is falling. So again, before I move on to celebrity topics, this is what I've been telling my mom. The West is falling. Canada is going through it. Europe is going through it. North America is going through it, because the West as a whole is crumbling. The powers are switching back over into the East. Notice there's a rise in people moving to Dubai. People are breaking their necks to move to Dubai. Russia, China, we already get everything in this country imported from China anyway. China's growing in power. More people are visiting Japan. Like, the West is dying. And like people have said, we're in late stage capitalism. People are making less money than ever. Jobs are not paying enough. Jobs don't pay enough. Rent is too high. Car insurance is too high. Food is too high. And it's being done on purpose to degrade this country and to break down this country's infrastructure. That's part of why there's a lot of undocumented people here too, because that helps to degrade this country. That's why they're talking about, oh, people are eating pets, and people are eating pets. I hate that, like, people have like not people that's how you know that there's black magic being done, because there's an actual man. We might have seen him. I've seen the video of this guy from Springfield, Ohio, like talking to public officials and like saying like there's Haitian people here like killing cats, eating animals. And when Donald Trump says it, oh my gosh, he's so absurd. He's not absurd. That was somebody's real experience. Like, that shit is really happening. But they're going to degrade everything Trump says at every turn because they want to strip him of all merit, of all legitimacy. They want to strip him of all validity because they have a plan for Kamala. They need to make Kamala look smart. They need to make her look sharp. That's why I told you guys I believe that debate was orchestrated. Clearly. Because there's an agenda to make Kamala look good and make Trump look stupid and bad. It's the fall. It's the fall. The West is falling. Late stage capitalism. You know, we saw this with Europe too. They started having like a big migrant boom, and their country is just continuing to fall. Donald Trump do be saying crazy shit, but a lot of it is script. Like, that's what I keep trying to tell people. None of these people are puppets. They don't have power to speak freely and say what they want to say, because if they really could say what they want to say, they would be talking about how it's all fake and how it's all a script and how it's all bullshit. So again, it's a script. Even with like with Melania coming out and being like, oh, you know, just being against, I think, one of Trump's policies, I think like the abortion or like the my body, my choice, is script. Because right now they are doing magic on people. And the magic, media in itself is magic, it's programming. And what is like radio and TV and these phones, they run off of frequencies, airwaves, they do, to mess with your head, to get in your head. So they're going to write the script. They've always been writing the script with Trump. So the moment he got into politics, they've always had a script to have him be perceived a certain way. Because he's a character. And in TV shows and in movies that are like scripted, they use characters to represent certain ideals or ideologies, certain beliefs, period. They use characters to represent certain things. If they want to, again, get a particular message across, they will use a character to do that. That character will say certain things, dress certain ways, behave certain ways to display the image that they're trying to get across. So with Trump saying certain outlandish stuff, I always think it's script. A lot of it is to test how stupid people are. Seriously, like somebody today was bringing it up to me, like, didn't he tell people to drink bleach during COVID? To test how stupid you are. to test the programming. Are they really that stupid and programmed that they will drink bleach if I tell them to? Just how stupid are they? Just how programmed are they? Just how under the spell are they? I can't take any of this shit serious. Like, I can't. It's such a joke. America is on its ass. This country is broke. The people are broke. And they need to continue to keep you comfortable. Okay, bye. Come back. I'll be making some videos for tomorrow. Right. Dumb shit. America's falling apart. It is what it is. It's the Pluto return. You know, Age of Aquarius. It's been 250 years. It's done, babe. And like I always say, in the Bible, Babylon fell in an hour. So by the time America's time comes, like that, it'll be done. Nothing to see here. So, super whack, economy's trash, election is planned. What else? What's new? Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and officially move into Cardi B moon bumps, and I'm gonna tie that in with Halle and DDG and Rosemary's Baby, like I told you guys earlier. If you guys are not paying attention, it is very obvious that Hollywood goes to people and like tells them that they want kids. They like propose this idea or like make this offer, you know, we'll give you this, but you got to give us this. Or now that you've been given that, now I want something. I've talked to you guys about this in the Kim Kardashian live. There's this person on Instagram who goes by Where is Gucci Mane, and she is always talking about how celebrities are wearing moon bumps. And I was like, not really believing it at first, or like not all the way. I was like, some of them might be wearing moon bumps, some of them might not be. Like, I don't really know. But this Cardi B shit, I'm like, yeah, I think she's definitely wearing a moon bump. Cardi B could have easily hired a surrogate. Some people say that Hennessy had the baby for her sister Hennessy. I don't know about all that. Anthony, I'm about to touch on that because I think there's more to it than just a clout chase. What's up, Anthony? It's good to see you. So with Cardi B, like I was saying earlier, has a baby, hops right back up. She's everywhere but at home with the kid. And so it just kind of looks funky because it's like, you know, your body is snapped back overnight. Right. That was a ritual too. And again, Wendy Williams exposed that, you know, she hired a surrogate, which is why when she really was pregnant with the twins, she was running around everywhere, showing her big belly, because she was actually pregnant that time. But she really wasn't pregnant with Blue Ivy, in my opinion. So, yes, this moon bump shit is real. And I think Cardi B was wearing one. Her stomach is so flat. She is so slim. After supposedly just popping out a baby, it looks real. It looks very, very suspicious. And then let's talk about, again, Halle and DDG. Oh yeah, before I get on them, Cardi B Offset, distraction ritual. Somebody pointed that out on TikTok because it is. Again, her and Offset supposedly going back and forth, fake divorce. Once again, we are so tired. And You know, they're really not breaking up. They just had a fucking newborn. They're not breaking up. She's pulling all these stunts while pregnant. You're not breaking up. And just doing the most, because again, they got to distract you from the real shit going on. So her and Offset are puppets. They be playing a game. You also know that they're puppets and that there's something going on with children, because the moment she had that baby, Cardi B ran her ass down to Paris Fashion Week to go hang out with Michelle Lamy, that industry witch who is Rick Owens' wife. I keep telling y'all, these fashion people are fucking evil. And these people, you know, again, the moment you have a kid, oh, you know, you have Fashion Week hanging out with an industry witch. Sounds like a deal was made. Something else that y'all probably didn't realize, I'm gonna touch on JT real quick before I hop on Halle and DDG. JT from City Girls was wearing a morning sickness bracelet, and then mysteriously she wasn't. And now all of a sudden she's getting all this promotion and she's getting all these clothes and all this fashion from who? Rick Owens. And isn't Lil Uzi signed to Roc Nation in a management deal? And Lil Uzi, hey, what's up, Dion? Good to see you. You came in at the good part. And then of course I'm gonna have this available for the replay. But you're here at the good part. I'm talking about how people are not, they're letting shit slide past them. I was just calling out how Cardi B just had a baby and now she's hanging out with Rick Owens' wife, Michelle Lamy, who was a pretty known industry witch, and how JT from City Girls, in my opinion, from what I saw, was pregnant and then wasn't pregnant, and then now she's again, for whatever reason, Rick Owens and all these other fashion houses, mainly Rick Owens, is just dressing her head to toe. And Lil Uzi has also gotten in good with the fashion people. He's in really, really good with Balenciaga. We know how they get down. And he's really tight with Rick Owens too. Just how Usher is really close with the Rick Owens people. It's not gonna work. Cardi B can try to destiny swap. It's done. She's done. It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Like, people can see through her. She's been lying about an album for years. She's not talented. She's full of antics. She's annoying as fuck. Like, Cardi B is over. She can try to destiny swap all she wants. She can sacrifice a million young people. She can do all the cauldrons and candles and spells. She can do whatever she wants to do. It's not gonna work. It'll all go in vain. And I don't need a fucking tarot deck to tell her that. It's over. She's over. And Cardi B is only still somewhat relevant because the elites are using her to be a puppet that distracts people. She has no validity to her career. No, nothing to back up her career. No legitimate sales. Her Grammy means nothing. Nothing about her is legit or authentic, like, or talented. And I've always told you guys, when it's all said and done, if she wants to hold on to any thread of relevancy, she will end up back on reality TV. I won't be surprised if Cardi B goes back to Love and Hip Hop or joins fucking Baddies or Jocelyn's Cabaret. I'm not kidding. Because she's irrelevant. Like, the elites keep her in power. That's why she's always gotta, like, kick up online drama. That's why she's always gotta, you know what I'm saying, do something absurd that involves, again, her going back and forth with somebody, because she's a puppet being used to distract and keep people focused on dumb shit. Like, Cardi B is a bot. She's irrelevant. But again, with Rick Owens, I told you guys in the previous video, a long form. If you're new here, I have a video on the channel called The Fashion Game, where I talk about how LVMH and Kering is the fashion house that Balenciaga falls under, how they use Black celebrities to push their brands and their agendas. And again, that falls in line with black and white chessboard. That's why it's called fashion game. And again, I've noticed that Usher and Lil Uzi are two people who've been used big time by the fashion industry. Pharrell is another one. And I just noticed, I told you guys before, JT is with Lil Uzi because he's initiating her. Okay, that's why like now she's getting all this Rick Owens and all these runway clothes because Lil Uzi has initiated her. That's the whole point in them being together is initiation. And then of course maybe the industry needed something, and so a baby was on the way and then it wasn't. And then it's kind of the same way with like Playboy Cardi and like Iggy. That was all industry shit. Like the industry, you know. And look at how Playboy Cardi has like up because and like isn't he really tight with Lil Uzi? Initiation, and you have to give something, and it's always a young person. Okay, leading me into Halle and DDG. I'm gonna end after I talk about them. Halle and DDG. Industry games, industry bullshit. I told you guys in multiple videos. I have several videos about Halle and DDG on my channel, breaking down how I believe Halle and Chloe's parents turned them over to the Carters, and how their parents might have, well, they really got turned over to the Carters and Tina, but how some of that may be because their parents might be in debt some way, somehow, maybe financial debt, or they may have like a spiritual debt to that they owe the Carter family and the Knowles family, and so that's why they turned their children over. And Beyonce and Jay-Z, I believe, maybe using them because again, celebrities, it's a pyramid scheme. Hollywood is a pyramid scheme. So I told you guys this, they have to go get people. When you sign that deal, you know, you're in a contract, and like, you know, your soul is part of it, and then you have to go get somebody else. So they probably needed to get some more souls. They probably needed to get some more people. And thus, again, the Carters had a debt, and so they used them to settle the debt. I've always believed that. They signed Chloe and Halle to settle debt that they may have had with their higher-ups. Because let's talk about it with Disney, right? So Beyonce gets involved because it's probably humiliation ritual. So let's talk about it. I'm about to get into it. So Beyonce clearly was working with Disney. We know how Disney gets down with kids, all of that. Beyonce gets casted to be in The Lion King. You know, Blue Ivy goes over there to The Lion King. And next thing you know, Halle is Little Mermaid. So clearly deals were done. Some people believe that Blue Ivy is being sold. Low-key, I believe that too, because people have pointed out Blue Ivy on the Grammy stage. The dress she was wearing, the shoes she was wearing, like the outfit on the Grammy stage, because again, Blue Ivy really had no purpose to be on the stage when at the last year's Grammys or earlier this year when Jay-Z started talking his shit. It was, you know, she really had no reason to be on stage, but they clearly wanted her to make a debut. And then we've seen her on stage with her mom and, you know, all of that. And I told you guys, I found it weird how Blue Ivy was in sunglasses the whole time. One could say she may have been nervous, and so they put her in sunglasses to try to like make her less nervous on stage with, you know, all those people watching her. I always said I believed they had her in sunglasses because she may have been under the influence. And again, these rituals, the programming may not have been sitting well, and so they put her in sunglasses. Why do you think Beyonce has spent the last 2-3 years in sunglasses constantly? Because the programming, the MK Ultra probably is starting to have problems. That's why people are starting to notice something is weird, because you can't keep hiding MK Ultra. It does break down at some point. Just like I told you guys with Kanye always in a fucking mask, because half the time it's a clone that doesn't look that great, or the programming in the MK Ultra is not doing good that day. So they still have to make them work, but they just put them in sunglasses or a mask. So that was one thing. Her showing off her daughter on the Renaissance tour and at the Grammys made me think, okay, they might be selling this little girl or getting her ready to be sold. They're clearly prepping her for the industry in any way, shape, or form you can imagine. They're getting her ready for the industry. But Halle is a part of that too. Because again, if Beyonce, Blue Ivy, and Halle all get involved with Disney, red flag. So Halle goes to do the Disney movie, and next thing you know, she's pregnant. And like it has been stated multiple times, why would she be at the fucking height of her career? I didn't even realize how young she was. I had to Google her age today. Halle is 24. Why would you, 23, 24 years old, just came off of a movie like Little Mermaid, and you wind up pregnant by your boyfriend? Your boyfriend who was not a multi-millionaire, or you know what I'm saying? Your boyfriend who does not have hella clout. Your boyfriend who we can't justify. If she got pregnant by Drake or Diddy or somebody, like we would be like, okay, yeah, like this nigga's rich, clout, long dough, like we get it. But no, you go get pregnant by a successful YouTuber, but you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And their relationship from the beginning, I've always said their relationship right, period. And notice how ever since Keke Palmer had that baby, she is booked and busy. Booked and busy. Because the industry wanted something from her. And now that she's done what they wanted her to do, now she gets to enjoy success. But when it comes to Halle and DDG, when I saw them together, I was like, this is orchestrated. I always knew it was, because I was like, she don't even look like she would really be into him, you know? He's so whack, he's so corny, he's so immature, and people have constantly said, you know, he treats her a certain way. And, you know, he's jealous of her on the low, and you know, all this shit. People have constantly talked about how Halle and DDG have like this weird, disjointed relationship, which is again by design. Because somebody on my page commented that they think the breakup is a humiliation ritual. I think this whole thing has been humiliation. Because Hollywood likes to do this thing where they will get a baby out of a woman, and then once they get the baby, her and the man break up, and then she rises. Because I keep trying to tell you guys, a lot of the entities that run Hollywood are not human. Some of them are reptilian, some of them are insectilian. And what do insects do? Insects eat the father. And so Hollywood has that habit of the mother, you know, and the father break up, the baby comes, they break up, and then she rises. And like she's like this strong, you know, independent, single mom, and he ain't shit. They run that play a million times. It's very see-through. Just like Kirk Franklin, you mentioned Keke Palmer. Didn't they run that play with Keke Palmer? And they're running that play with Mooney Long. Mooney Long been with her husband for 9 years. Now all of a sudden they have a kid, and now they just broken up, and now she's, you know, getting more recognition, and they're about to do the same play, just like they ran that play with Victoria Monet. You know, she got her baby. Now her and John they just can't make it work. And now, you know, they're just gonna co-parent because the Hollywood wants the baby. They did it with Kehlani too. These girls, they just have to go out and find somebody. And if you start to pay attention, you can start to realize that Keke Palmer gets pregnant by some nobody ass dude. You know, what's her name? Victoria Monet. She goes and finds the most handsome man that she can, flies him out on the random, screws some random man, gets pregnant. Kehlani finds some homeless nigga, you know what I'm saying, who's sleeping on her couch, gets pregnant, because they just gotta find somebody. They just gotta find somebody. So with Halle and DDG, I think the whole relationship has been a humiliation ritual, because it's just a bit strange how he does treat her real crazy. And like, he was even caught talking to Ruby Rose, and like, she's just like ignoring it all and doesn't care. And it's just weird. It doesn't come off like they're in a genuine relationship. No matter how hard they try to sell it, I'm not buying it. I'm just not. Oh, that's interesting. And I'm glad you mentioned Blueface, because that's another person. You know, him and Krishan had to have a kid, and now she's like on the come up. I think I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. But you know what, Perk Franklin, some people believe that there are entities inside of these people who are playing multiple characters. That could be what's going on too. Because I'm like, I don't really keep up with Blueface and them. I mean, I believe that you're onto something. You've been right about a lot of stuff. So what do you think? Is DDG gonna try to take his stupid ass to jail? Because isn't Blueface locked up? Looking crazy. So, again, I'm gonna keep that in mind. But with Halle and DDG, their relationship has never come off as genuine. And now they're broken up because Hollywood got what they wanted. She was going through humiliation ritual too, being pregnant by this whack ass dude, and then she lost her Oscar nomination. Humiliation. The humble. And then again, let's talk about the real humble of her going from being in a Disney movie to being on fucking YouTube with DDG. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? And again, people are gonna continue to like not see how the Carters are behind some of that, because it's like, hey, what's up, Combat? I hope you like the shorts. I just been trying to make content. Content's been kind of slow lately because, like I was telling people earlier, like, I've covered some of the big stuff and shit has just been dry to me. It's just been dry. Thank you. I did a live tonight because I was like, I haven't talked to them in a minute. Let me hit them up. Let me see how they're doing. Like, let me just cover some real shit. Because it's like, it's been too long. I like doing lives because at least you guys get to interact. I was told you guys earlier that I probably will do some long form for tomorrow. But yeah, like, I definitely need to touch base with the lives more. But I don't know. I guess I will start covering like more political topics because, again, Hollywood just gets dry real quick. But yeah, y'all, like, Halle Bailey, this is a ritual. I wonder if now that her and DDG have broken up, I wonder if she'll level up. Again, her being quiet and stuff like that is because she doesn't give a fuck. This is his crash out. This is a ritual. And let's just see where it goes. But DDG is definitely involved with them people. Him being with Halle is because he wanted to level up. And again, part of her getting that Little Mermaid role was she had to turn over a person. She had to come up with a baby. You don't just get to be the first live black Disney princess for free. So they wanted a baby out of her. And they put her in a de facto relationship, and she gave them a baby, and here we are. And again, they ran their relationship for a while to make people buy it, make them believe it. And then now that the contract is up, it's up. So now they're breaking up. But again, peep how the baby's name is Halo. That's the name of a Beyonce song. So again, the Carters, I told you guys, remind me of the Castavets from Rosemary's Baby. And they probably went to approach Holly and was like, you know, we working with Disney, or somebody from Disney could have been like, all right, you know, you want these deals. Same thing with Beyonce. You want to be in the Lion King, you want to be in this big, massive film, you're going to have to bring us some people, and then they're going to have to bring us some people. Thus, Blue Ivy, thus Chloe and Holly getting signed and being turned over, thus Holly having a baby. You can tell, when you guys wake up to how the industry works, you can tell these people are being propositioned. There are execs who tell them, I can give you this, but I want this. And the people are fucking hard up, and so they do it. And like somebody was saying, you keep going to all these Rock Nation brunches and Diddy parties, and they giving you drugs, and next thing you know, you getting filmed, you know, doing only God knows what. And so when you say, I'm not doing that, they play that video, you're not doing what? That's what I thought. Because that's how it goes. So it's just a dirty game. It's a dark game. I'm wishing Holly the best. I really hate that. I'm like, damn, at 24, you like this is what it is for you. This is what it is. Like, laid up with DDG making content on YouTube after being in Little Mermaid. Oh, I mean, hey, shout out to you. I didn't know you were in North Carolina. Yeah, that shit is really being crazy. So yes, y'all, pray for my people who are getting affected by the hurricane. Like, because I mean, this shit is nuts. I was saying earlier, Combat Donkey, that I believe that, or some people were saying that the hurricane will delay mail-in ballots. So yeah, if you're in my chat, you're listening, just please pray for those affected by the hurricane. I'm originally from New Orleans, so I definitely am from a city that has been affected by hurricanes for sure. And I really hope you're okay out there, seriously. Yes, Perk, he did ruin her Oscar moment, but that was a part of the humiliation. That's a part of the humiliation. Again, they both sold their souls. The contract is up. The baby's here. The industry wanted a baby. They delivered. They've been holding up this bullshit ass relationship for this long. They can end it now. And now we're gonna see. Now it's just important to just watch what happens, because on his end, it comes off like he's crashing out. He's speaking out. He's making all this content. People are like looking at him like he's a fucking dumbass. People already don't like DDG. He's a cornball. He's hard to like. But people are looking at him crazy, and again, Holly is just being quiet. And next thing you know, she'll probably level up like the ritual calls for. Baby daddy and the baby mama break up, and now she's on the rise. You know, I've continued to say that, especially for Chris and Queen. Who's Chris and Queen? But like I've continued to say, tell me who that is. I don't know who that is. Like I've told you guys, notice how this play of BM and BD and breakup and co-parent, notice how it's a play that is run on any celebrity that wants to be that's playing on the black side of black and white chessboard. Because Cardi B doesn't claim to be black. But Cardi B, even though her and Offset are married, they're doing like really crazy, like wild antics. And just notice that. And that is because, again, people are characters, right? And I told you guys, they want characters to behave a certain way, talk a certain way, dress a certain way. To Queen O. Yeah, I was like, Queen. Oh, yeah, Queen Naija. Another one. Her career is not going anywhere. Yeah, she's begging this dude to marry her. It's a pipe dream. I want better for her, but she's got to want better for herself. She really does. She's got to do better. But you guys, any celebrity that is aligned with black culture, urban culture, even DaniLeigh and DaBaby. DaniLeigh is not white, but she wants to again be accepted and like wants to identify with urban black culture. Hey, what's up, Black Queen? Good to see you. So anybody who they have hanging out on the black side of the black and white chessboard, they have them play this game of BMBD drama. Let's have a kid out of wedlock and let's break up and let's co-parent. Even you see with Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians, they appeal to urban culture and they lay up with all these black dudes, have all these babies, and then, oh, we just didn't work out. We're co-parenting. Why? Because it's to send a subliminal message to black people. These people are puppets. Notice you don't see, again, Sabrina Carpenter, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, you know, Carrie Underwood, Adele. She's been through divorce and shit. And ever since she got with that motherfucking Chris Paul, her shit has been a mess. But you don't see, like, again, like Selena Gomez, she's been a mess, but not for baby daddy, baby mama drama. Just again, like these, even Demi Lovato. I'm thinking of like some white chicks or some people who reside on the white side of the chessboard. Not all of them are white. Some of them are Latinas who, again, are just playing on that side. But they never have the celebrities who are on the white side of the chessboard. They will have them tied up with drugs and craziness, but they never had them involved in this baby mama, baby daddy drama. Billie Eilish, you know, never. Because the game is to send a subliminal message to black people. First of all, to keep us constantly talking about relationships. She's not who we think she is. What's her name? Halle Bieber. Initially Haley Baldwin. Somebody pointed out she's a handler. I believe she is. Something about her ain't all the way right. And yes, she definitely wanted to be with him real bad. So she got Selena out of here quick. She did. But there's something more to her story. And I'm looking at her like, But they want to keep black people constantly against each other, constantly bickering and arguing, constantly debating over futile subjects. Like, what the fuck is worrying about, again, worrying about dating and relationships? I'm so over that kind of content. And if I see people making it, I'm just like, done. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people talking about men this and women this and dating this and relationship, and just, it's draining. That's what I'm saying, y'all. The internet is whack. Like, if you're not talking about like real shit, please, because the shit is whack. Like, you know, I have opinions on certain, yes, I know, the 50-50 and the, is he like the high value, like, spare me. This shit is so dry. Like, these internet comments, that's how you know, again, they definitely control the algorithm to push certain conversations because the shit just be so fucking whack. Like shit that they talk about, I just be so drained. But they want the black celebrities to consistently be in those kinds of relationships, or they'll have it like this, like the black man, hey, what's up? It would be awkward if, because this is, the chat is gonna be on the replay, so I'm trying to like be discreet. But it would, people are so exhausting with this conversation, with again this constant dating, but they need black people to see these images of BMs and BDs constantly bickering, constantly breaking up, constantly going back and forth, because that subliminally programs the community. That's why we see this, even with certain like certain black celebrities. You know, first of all, there is something spiritually going on in the black community, especially with black men. Even black women, there's something spiritually going on in our community. But when we see people like Diddy, people like a lot of these rappers who just don't believe in marriage, never get married. And again, when you listen to white pop male stars, or we listen to country music, their men are singing about love. Their men are singing about marriage. They're singing about loving their girl, loving their spouse. Whereas rap music is all about, again, degrading women. And even R&B music, they've turned R&B music out. Notice how R&B music, we don't really have a lot of men making R&B nowadays. And the people who are making R&B nowadays, whether you're Usher or what Chris Brown is making R&B, they got a couple Jacquez who's making R&B. They got people still making R&B. It's not as popular as rap. And the R&B people who are popular are mostly the women. But even the SZAs and the Summer Walkers and the Mariah the Scientists, they are making toxic R&B. That's why people, yes, Dion, social media is just so tiring. Like, it really is. But I've noticed, like, when you listen to the R&B, like when you listen to Carl Thomas, Avant, you know, people, Genuine, people from the 90s, they were still talking about, again, love and relationships and pleasing their partner and like all this stuff. Whereas now it's all, the new R&B is so ratchet and low vibrational. It's slow singing and, you know, talking about porn or talking about a toxic relationship. Like seriously, even the R&B is sexually charged and toxic because there are entities in place who want to push subliminal programming on the black community to keep black people, again, constantly bickering, separated, in distress, worked up emotionally. Come on. I feel like y'all know this. So, I'm making some long form for tomorrow. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions, what you want me to cover. I will start covering some more political stuff, especially as we head into election time. I'll kind of cover some of the plays being made. But again, if you guys have stories you want me to cover, I'm totally down to talk about it. Just leave a suggestion somewhere on the channel, comment somewhere. You guys know I had the Discord link up. I had somebody join the Discord, so that was nice. That was cool. And let me go ahead and update that tonight with this link. But of course, the video will be up for replay. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and being here. Thank you for everybody who commented. And I'm going to come up with some content for some more lives and some long form. And of course, I will have some shorts out there. So with that being said, y'all have a good night. Thank you guys for stopping by once again. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.